Welcome back. It's magic, right? So I wear a Columbus jersey and Dubois gets signed. Ta-da! Dubois gets signed to 2 years, $10 million, so $5 million a year. Very reasonable cap hit. It's done. So there you go. We discussed it this morning, and there might be some trade rumors out there, and then he's signed. This is how these things work. Again, good cap hit. It's one of those bridge deals. Lots of bridge deals getting signed, and we move along. Jack Hughes announced he's added 14 pounds of muscle in the offseason. Very long offseason, and he needed that. You look at a lot of the plays this year, 2019, 2020. You look at a lot of the plays this year for New Jersey. You could tell he was smaller. You could tell he needed to add some weight. He also needs to work on the finish a little bit, but the added weight, that's one half of the equation. The other half, of course, will be getting himself into maybe better positions, maybe take the shot a little bit quicker, just, confidence, the kinds of things that players need to work on when they enter the NHL. So I'm wearing an Islander jersey because Barzal's up next, isn't he? So Barzal's in New York. He's ready for camp, but there's no deal done. And apparently it's not close. So this sounds a lot like the Dubois deal, where it was, it's not really close, and we'll see what happens, and then alakazam, it's done. So I'm going to wear Islanders. We're going to get Barzal done, and then it's all finished, right? Pretty close. There's still some RFAs out there, but there's not very many. So Barzal's the big one, of course, that's still out there. Get him signed, and then Islander fans can breathe a sigh of relief, and they can go into that group of death division with their heads held high that they've got their best roster put together. And yeah, we'll see how things go for the Islanders. But I'm wearing Barzal because Barzal's going to get signed either today or tomorrow. All I have to do is just wear the jersey and have a discussion about whether or not he's going to sign, and then alakazam, there it is. Dubois done. So Barzal's next. Kings have announced that both Tyler Madden, Jeff Carter are fine. They're good to go. Now, Tyler Madden, of course, is one that for Canuck fans, they're going to be a little bit nervous about because, of course, he was part of the cost of trading for Tyler Toffoli. I don't have a huge amount of regret with this. I like Madden, though. I hope he succeeds. I hope he makes the NHL with the Kings. I don't know if that happens this year, but you have to think over the next couple of years, they'll at least give him a shot. Maybe this year he gets a bit of a look, but you have to think that with their depth chart being as it is, he's probably not going to be in the opening night roster just because there's already so many kids that are likely going to be there. But we'll see. Also, at training camp today, doesn't it feel... Let's just take a moment and pause. Training camps today. 7 cities open training camps. 7 teams training camps today. Feels nice to say that, including Ottawa. So at the LA Kings training camp, Motto was paired with Doughty on the top pairing. So that may very well be where they're going with this. And we'll see. We'll see what the Kings' plans are. But Ole Motto wasn't brought in to play in the bottom 2. He was brought in definitely to play in the top 4. And it looks like top 2 to start things out. The Canadian government has made this official. This has been rumored for a bit, that the 14-day quarantine is being waived for the NHL, and it appears to be just for training camp. They did this for the Blue Jays too, though. So they waived it for the Blue Jays for training camp, and then they refused to allow the Blue Jays to play out of Toronto and play with the way that they normally do, which wouldn't have worked for baseball because you only have one Canadian team. Well, in hockey, you have 7 Canadian teams. Of course, they're only going to be playing against each other. So it'll work for the NHL. So the 14-day quarantine is waived, and now the eyes are on the province, with Manitoba saying they're still working on it. There's just some minor details. The NHL's already said, look, we're going to play in all seven locations. We've got this all figured out. There's just some minor details to work out is basically what seems to be the case. Alberta has charged to the front of this, and Alberta's said, we will. The NHL teams are cleared. The Flames and the Oilers are cleared to play. So Manitoba's close to announcing the same for Winnipeg. And we'll get into what's going to happen with Ontario and BC and Quebec. But every indication would seem to be that these 7 teams are going to open the season. And we go from there. So looking forward to having the NHL back, to having teams back. And we'll see how everything goes. But it would appear that the both federal and provincial governments are working to make this happen. We'll see. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video, thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. This may very well be the last news of 2020, which might be the best of 2020 because it's the end of 2020. All right. Also, we were thinking about doing a live stream today, but just with the amount of time I'm going to be spending watching the World Juniors and everything, the live stream we're going to push to tomorrow because there's no hockey on tomorrow. It's more of a relaxed day. It's January 1st. It's a holiday. So there you go. Thank you guys so much for all your support, though, all the way through 2020. And hey, I will talk to you again soon because we will have 2 junior hockey games to do full reviews of tonight. Thanks again. I'll talk to you soon.